a simple police officer who have gone through the system and at the end of the day has been promoted because of merit, not because he know anybody in government, not because he rubbed shoulders with certain members of parliament or governors, but because he have given his all as far as that career is concerned. So we must have a way, and I'll talk to Mheshimiwa, we amend, because 15 years experience is such a short time. There should be even 30 or 35 years of experience, so that the person you're putting in charge of security has served probably in the Kenya Police Service, have grown the rank, he has become an OCS, he has become an OCPD, he has become a county commander, and he has gained experience through the system. So the moment he sits in the seat up there, he understands what happens in my smallest police division. I'm at the section of police, whether it's a police post. He understands what normally goes on in that police post. If you tell him we have a challenge to deal with thieves because we are not mobile, we don't have vehicles, we don't have guns, he can be able to relate with whatever is going on. And I've seen it, Madam Speaker, and I think something must be done, because you realize someone has been out of the country, he comes and apply because we have put the bar so low that we only need 15 years experience. You must have served maybe in any criminal. I have seen that you have served probably in being a lawyer, or you have been in any criminal or any degree in criminology or security or sociology. It is totally different from what happens on day-to-day activities of the security sector within the Republic, Madam Speaker. So we must make it sure that we protect and also entice the police officers knowingly. If they serve genuinely and honestly, they don't have to know anyone, as far as they can be able to grow the randa of the police as police officers to become Inspector General. It is simple. But we must also we are killing the morale of these people, especially career civil servants. I saw the other day an advert was done for KRA commissioners, people who don't even know how to correct revenue, people who don't even know the challenges that they face, how to correct revenue. They're the one who comes to be in the helm of the KRA as the commissioners, and they're the one now correcting and telling us how we are going to be correcting this revenue. You must understand the system before you become the minister, or probably before you become a CEO, so that when you are given a target, you know which model am I going to apply. Because I've been serving in border, I've been serving in Garissa, I've been serving in Wajir. When there are challenges coming from that area, as an Inspector General, you are able to understand what is going on within the Republic. But probably we are appointing people who have no clue where is Wajir, because they have never served within that terrain. They have no clue where is Kiamba, because they have never been able to move from one section to the other as far as those careers are concerned. So, Madam Speaker, we must raise the bar. We must protect career civil servants. Those people who have grown through the randa, they became sergeant, armor cracks, they became officers, police officers, and they went to the field. That's how they were appointed, and they have grown the randa, and now they have become the police officers or the Inspector General of Police Officers. That one we must, as the bill progresses, we'll bring an amendment, so that at least we try to see how do we protect anybody who serves within the service, within the police service, Madam Speaker. Number two, I agree. As long as your retirement comes fast and you have been appointed as Inspector General of Police, you should go home, because any leader should be able to make sure that he has raised another generation to take over after them. There is no way you can tell us you have the monopoly of experience as far as career civil servant, or as far as, because you are now the Inspector General, and you cannot retire before. If you are retiring at 60 and you have been appointed 2 years to retirement, the moment what comes first, if it is your retirement, you retire. We can be able to promote and to appoint another person within the rank of the police, Madam Speaker. So there must be a way also. We are, as long as the defense, the judiciary, they are using the same model, why not the police? And you cannot tell us that you are the one who have them going on within the police force. You are not the only person who has the monopoly of experience. We should make sure we have other people lined in case. Madam Speaker, we must also agree There is also the call of nature. Things happen. You might even die. Does that mean we not have another Inspector General of Police because something has happened? No. Inspector General of Police or another Deputy Inspector General of Police. But my issue, Madam Speaker, is that we must protect career civil servants. We must encourage them that it is beneficial for you to be a career civil servant, supporting the government, offering your entire life because of the government and the public service. We must make sure that even if we are going to appoint on merit, and that is a notion that people say it is merit, but we know sometimes for you to get such position, you must know who is who in this country. So we must also make sure we protect career civil servants, so that by the time those positions are at time those positions becomes vacant, someone can be able, you just only need to present your CV and you get appointed without knowing who it is who as far as this country is concerned, Madam Speaker. There are many issues that the police need to address, and I have had much more also mentioning some of them. The issue of, because the performance of security, it's not, it has other attributes, especially as far as the movement is concerned, the issues to do with the vehicle. You know, we have been talking about this for a very long time. And I think we are just about to approach the election whereby even the police, they don't have enough vehicles to be able to facilitate and to be able to move around and make sure that there is smooth election. And number two, to make sure that they are also mobile, even in terms of fighting criminals, fighting Al-Shabaab and doing all those things. We have been setting a budget, and Chair Security will confirm because I sit in the budget committee. Every single month, every single budget, we have been setting aside money for modernization. But we want to also to know from the security committee, from the chairs, what is this money doing for modernization? Because and I know it is a sensitive matter to discuss and even to say, but we must also be able to know whether the police are being modernized. Because as far as my constituency is concerned, I haven't seen anything modernized, not even the guns, not even the walkie-talkie, not even the vehicles. So, and we have been setting money every single year for modernization. So we also need to understand, are the police well equipped? Are they well facilitated? And I want to appreciate what the government did the other day, because it comes a long way to motivate them and to tell them that, you know, it matters. Continue fighting for this country, continue doing what is right, but we must also make sure that we protect them, so that when such positions becomes vacant, they don't need to struggle. They need to understand, as long as you have 30 years of experience.
Yeah, thank you. I stand to support this bill. However, Madam Speaker, while the idea of protecting career police officers is good, and also opening up space for the younger ones, Madam Speaker, how does this bill strengthen accountability and eliminate corruption within the police force? I wish we had something in that line on this bill. Madam Speaker, when we look, when the public service is being ranked, the traffic police, a department within the National Police Service, is always ranked highest. But I wonder why we should not, for example, introduce the position of the DIG to specifically handle the issue of traffic police. Would it bring better performance? And especially also in the light of the increasing road accidents and the cost of lives, basically attributed, though not wholly, one, to the state of the vehicles in public, offering public services, and also private vehicles. Yet there is a requirement for motor vehicle inspection. And also the issue of licensing which is again a component of the traffic police. Madam Speaker, the issue of illicit alcohol that is killing our country, killing generations. Could we possibly, Honorable Kaunya, expand this to introduce a specialized unit within the police force to deal with the menace of illicit alcohol across our country, which is damaging our young people, ruining families, ruining lives, coming at a very high cost. And when I speak about this, Madam Speaker.
Order, Honorable Madenge. Honorable Oko Kaunya, as the sponsor of this bill, and I know that you have a lot of experience in police service, you can take the opportunity, if you wish to do so, to fill in your colleagues. If you want, you can do that. Because I have perused the bill and I have a feeling that most of the issues is raising are already taken care in the act or also in this bill. So if you want to do so, but if you wish to do it as you respond, no problem. You may proceed, Honorable Madenge.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I am aware that this bill is looking at enforcing the retirement age as generally agreed under the public service, and also allowing for continuity between the position of the IG and DIG upon the position of IG falling vacant. However, Madam Speaker, this is the top leadership of the police force. And therefore, we cannot examine the occupation of that position without looking at the performance and delivery of the units and the powers that these two positions of IG and DIG are superintending over. Madam Speaker, in my constituency, in a shopping center known as Gatitu, I have 5 brands of alcohol that have all been tested by KEBS, by Anti-Counterfeit Authority, by the government chemist, under the Public Health Act, and found to be unsuitable for public consumption. Yet we have the law that is being enforced. Should I blame the local police station, or should the blame go all the way up to the position of IG and DIG, which is the subject of our conversation here today? And therefore, Madam Speaker, the laws that we are making and the amendments to existing laws must also result in amendments that are more responsive to the issues that are affecting our people. Madam Speaker, I'll be constrained to want to speak about the IG and the DIG, yet Best Gin, Diamond Ice, Sweet Berry, Dara's Brady, Jabbo Ice, service delivery towards for Kenyan citizens. We are heading to a point where, despite these positions being there, Kenyans are feeling more and more helpless. They feel like the duty bearers have abandoned them. And therefore, there will be a tendency for people to want to protect them. Yes, we have constitutional structures with powers and mandate to protect our society. So So we cannot just sit here, Madam Speaker, and only speak about our positions and other senior positions. I need to request Honorable Kaunya to kindly consider my statements in the final bill and see whether it is possible to strengthen the performance of the police service in our country, and especially responding to the issues of road accidents and the issue of illicit alcohol in our country. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I support.
Thank you very much, Honorable Madenge. The Honorable Francis Sigei, member for Sotik.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to also add my voice on this bill. And Madam Speaker, on the onset, I would like to support this bill. But first of all, Madam Speaker, I want to say that the sponsor of this bill is a man of integrity, a man who has served this country, and he understands the security apparatus of this country. And therefore, when somebody of this caliber brings such an amendment, he understands. But, Madam Speaker, you know, in this country, the role of the Kenya Police Service is so crucial that whatever people are talking about always centers on the way the police are operating in this country. The Tonje rules in this country, Madam Speaker, brought a kind of revolutionary measures, which is now making the Kenya Defense Forces a very stable institution. And therefore, when our honorable MP from Teso North brings in this amendment, it doesn't mean that it is the end of everything. Madam Speaker, we have Maraga reports, Maraga reforms. Maraga reforms have got a raft of measures which is trying to improve the Kenya Police Force. And therefore, I want to commend Honorable Kaunya. Madam Speaker, I know when we talk about the age limit, we are not targeting a particular officer. This is a recommendation for the posterity of this Kenya Police Force. And therefore, Madam Speaker, when we talk about age limit, we are looking at those people who are also coming up the ranks. And therefore, Madam Speaker, I know there are officers who are down there, who have been in service for so many years and have not gotten promotion. These are frustrations which officers are facing in this country, and therefore, when we open up the positions up there, there will be hope for those officers who are down there and in service. Madam Speaker, we have an area which is also a gray area, I call it myself, the area of graduates who are joining the Kenya Police. Graduates, Madam Speaker, are facing a lot of problems. And we need to look at this amendment also in that respect. Madam Speaker, I want to say this amendment bill is progressive, and we are going to look at matters which are going to also assist the Kenya Police. Madam Speaker, I want to talk about the morale of officers. The morale of officers down the ranks is another area which is causing a lot of problems. If an officer has stayed in a particular rank, say a constable, for 15 years, and there is no hope, Madam Speaker, it brings in frustrations. And therefore, you see a lot of corruption in this country because officers are not seeing any hope in future. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I want to appeal to this house that whenever I sit in the Committee of Administration and Internal Security, Mr. Speaker, and we are always appealing to this house to allocate more resources so that it can make these officers more effective. You can see, Madam Speaker, in our places, almost in the entire country, but some people are asking the police are asking them to fuel the vehicle to attend to emergencies in terms of security. And therefore, it causes a lot of problems. We want to have a well-resourced Kenya Police Service. We want to have a highly officers who have high morale in this country. Madam Speaker, I want to look at the issue of housing. Madam Speaker, there was an issue the other day when the officers are supposed to be living outside the station. I think this was a mistake. Madam Speaker, we need to revise that policy so that we can have officers living within the police station. And therefore, who can be able to respond to the emergencies in that particular area. So, Madam Speaker, this amendment is an amendment which is timely, and those who have worked in the Kenya government for a long time, understand.
What is out of order, member for Kisii? What is out of order? Member for Kisii? I'll give you your 2 minutes, Ambassador. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Actually, as we continue to debate on the police and everything, Madam Speaker, I just wanted, I saw the beautiful students from Tongoni walking out. I didn't want them to go before I made my contribution on this. That's why I decided to interrupt. My daughter is in that school, Madam Speaker. You know,
I think you would like to contribute.
I never stepped in Parliament, Madam Speaker.
You may take your seat.
She has.
I'll give you a chance to contribute. So there is nothing out of order. So I believe that I do not have any power to ask them to stay, but I hope that you'll get a chance in the next 3 minutes. So please conclude, Member for Sotik.
Madam Speaker, I think that was a point of information which the member was concerned about these students who are going out. Madam Speaker, I want to conclude.
Who do you want to inform, Member for Sotik?
I'm talking about the honorable member who interrupted me.
But I need to ask her whether she would like to be informed by yourself. No. Member for Kisii, would you like to be informed by? No.
I was just concerned.
In that case, Member for Sotik, please, you have 2 minutes. Conclude.
Madam Speaker,
2 minutes, please.
I want to conclude by saying that the Kenya Police Service is playing a very, very crucial role, and this House must support the Kenya Police Service by allocating more resources, by giving them housing, by looking at the issue of promotion so that we don't have the issue of corruption. Corruption is a major problem in this country, but we must look at corruption in this area and look at how to tackle it. Maraga reforms are reforms which are also progressive, and if members of parliament must look at these reforms because it's a big thing which is coming up, and this government is implementing it. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Member for Kisii County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Indeed, it's a high time that we made the reforms on the police. More especially, Madam Speaker, you find that they have a big load. They don't have a balance. They don't have a ratio. Like in other countries, you will find 100 civilians allocated maybe to 2 police or even 1 police. They are being overwhelmed because they serve a magnitude. Their work should balance. Everything should have that ratio. As the same way, we always seek to have the same balance in schools. We say that the teacher-student ratio. That ratio, Madam Speaker, should also be factored in the police. And that's why I felt before the students leave, because the teachers always want to give proper lessons to good number of our class, not to have like 100 learners with one teacher. Like when we had JSS, Madam Speaker, there was a lot of noise. The teacher ratio is not balancing. So, Madam Speaker, please, in that view, allow me to welcome Mutongoni in the house. They are looking very smart. Girls and boys, you work very hard. I see it's a mixed school. You reduce the sharing of love notes in class. You can be spiritual. You can do more Bible verses, encourage one another. And then to the teachers of Mutongoni, karibuni sana to Parliament. And then, of course, Madam Speaker, it's only that today my daughter has decided to behave well. I can't see her smiling. She's just my duplicate. She's there. So thank you. She's there. She was even campaigning for me in her school in 2022. So make sure you follow the nini of your mother. You become the next leader. That's all, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much.
Okay. The Honorable Esther Passaris, member for Nairobi County, Nairobi City.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to the National Police Service Amendment Bill 2025. Madam Speaker, for me, I feel that every amendment that is brought, and this one I think is trying to primarily address the issue of retirement, which was not captured in the bill. So bills are made and they're not cast in stone, and we continuously continue to amend them so that we can be able to grow a very strong police force. Madam Speaker, we always see people criticizing the police force and always thinking of the police just in terms of the response that they have during demonstrations. For me, I feel the police, we cannot do without the police. We need the police. A nation without police is total anarchy. And we have to reach a point where we respect the police force and the work that they're mandated to do. For me, we have seen lots of challenges cutting across, not just for the police force, but also for the citizens of this county of Nairobi. I'm really pleased to see that, for instance, there's a time we went Central Bank for the people that work in the police force that give them security. Central Bank put fantastic housing for them. Right now, with the housing fund, the housing levy, we are able to now provide institutional housing and hostels for our students. But for me, giving the police more resources so that we can have more training is important. When we look at cutting budgets, we should not cut the budget for the police. When we look at creating job opportunities, we should look at how we can increase the number of the police. As the population grows, to say that you have one policeman to 500 citizens, how do you expect that one policeman in a situation where you have a demonstration to be able to manage that situation? So I feel we need to look at the police and appreciate their work. We cannot tell an institution that everything is wrong about you. Yesterday, I was so proud of the police force because you had the incident in Nakuru where there was a femicide where a young woman lost her life and her neck was chopped off. And here is a family that is in distress. And there you find the police have gone and they've already arrested the perpetrator. We had another incident here in Mukuru where a boda had actually gone and done arson, and we lost a little girl in the incident in the Mukuru affordable housing. Within no time, the police had got them. So for me, I feel that there are areas where the police are doing a very good job. And we need to also understand that. But there's also the issue of resources. A country sometimes has limited resources, and you find that we're not able to spread it across all the areas that need attention. So for me, I feel that if we put money in improving the police stations, if we put money in improving their accommodation, if we put money in improving their training, and then also their remuneration, we will do well as a country. So for me, it's to appreciate the police force for what they do and to also engage with them so that we can be able, between Parliament and the institution that provides our security, to give them the very best so that they can serve Wananchi well. So for me, as I stand here, I just want to say to the police force, we appreciate you. We remember that you're there and you're serving us and you're providing security to all of us, and we want you to continue. The ones who have gone offline, we have the IPOA, and the IPOA is supposed to do what they have to do. Right now, Madam Speaker, I'm dealing with a case where there was a police who ran over a young boy called Ryan, and it was in an estate. And Ryan's mother was so busy because Ryan became paralyzed from the waist down. She was so busy working, trying to save her son and trying to get him the best treatment. So she was time barred when it came to going to court. But I got her a lawyer and we managed to get the case reinstated, and now the police have been enjoined, and now Ryan is going to get justice. What I want to say is where the police force has actually done something wrong, we need to budget, all right? We need to budget for reparation so that the families that require this money, you know, sometimes something is wrong, you know it's wrong. Like for instance, if you have an accident on the road and you're two people and you know you've had an accident, you have insurance, both of you, you know who's at fault. Why not accept liability? I mean, there are times when I've had an accident on the road, and if I know I am wrong, I actually tell the person I accept liability, and I tell my insurer I have paid you. Insurance companies tell us to not accept liability. So in the same way, I want government to operate in that manner. When we know that the deaths that were caused by the police were wrongful, then there's no need to make the family go through such a tiresome process to try and get compensation. We should be able to have a budget for compensation. They should be able to actually tell us that this death was caused wrongfully and we need to be able to compensate. But for me, over and all, I believe that we need to also figure out a way. I mean, these speed cameras, I know a lot of people are against it. It's currently been stopped by the courts, but we will save the police a lot of hard, unnecessary work with the speed cameras, because the police might be at one point and at the other point, and then the overspeeding is in the middle, causing a lot of accidents and trying to engage a police force that is already strained with unnecessary work. If we have the cameras, and I remember the first week that the cameras were running, quite a number of drivers, even here in our parking, had all received messages telling them you have a fine of X amount, X amount. And I said to my driver, now you know you're on your own if you're going to overspeed, so do not break any laws. So we need that discipline in the country. That if we're going to raise money from the indiscipline of Kenyans, eventually Kenyans will realize that indiscipline is costly. Once they realize indiscipline is costly, there will not be overspeeding. We will reduce road carnage. We will also allow the police to focus on other areas. I believe as a government, we want to have a society where in the end, we're not just filling up our prisons, we're creating opportunity and we're managing our people. I also believe that the police should have open days in their stations with the people, the citizens that they serve, so that they can be able to harmonize. We don't want to look at a police officer and think, oh, he's just somebody who wants a bribe from me, or he's somebody who's inefficient. I believe that as a country, these police officers did not come from outer space. These police officers are Kenyan citizens. They are our sons and our daughters, and they are working hard. So while we ridicule, let's not stereotype, because not every officer out there it has caused you harm or is going to cause you harm. They are there for law and order. So I want to stand here and say I support the amendment. I believe they should have a retirement age of 60, and I also support that they should be given more resources, and I support that they should be given training, and they should be also given dignified living, which I thank the President for ensuring that we have institutional houses that can actually move the police to dignified living. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Before Ochanda starts contributing, I want to recognize the presence in the public gallery. Order Honorable Waluke and company there. Can't turn this place into some kind of a, should I say a camel market instead of fish market? Okay, thank you. I want to recognize the presence of the DB onto Lily School, Buri West constituency in Meru. And I want to order, Honorable Member, order. I will ask the Honorable Rindikiri. Is there any other MP from Meru here in the House, in the chambers this moment? The Honorable Rindikiri, please give a word of encouragement to these future leaders of this country.
Thank you.
And tell them that you are already getting tired, so they should prepare to come and take over your place. Doesn't have to be the next 5 years, it can be the next 10 years. Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a privilege to welcome DB Ontelili from Bore West, which is one of the sub-county that forms Bore constituency, which I represent here in Parliament. Mr. Speaker, this school is in a very dry area. It's a school that we have put up from this, and what you are seeing are determined children who are ready to make it. I see good citizens of this country, and tell them you can be a member of parliament in this place. Yours is to work very hard. Please maintain discipline. Please listen to your teachers. Obey your parents. Please sit down, lead, and work hard. The future is in your hands. I thank the teachers and the school administration for bringing you here, and it is not in vain. This historical visit of this school is going to be something in the future. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I think so that the ladies also feel encouraged. I'll ask Madam Nyazi. Amina, you could do it in Swahili also to encourage the ladies in the public gallery from DB Ntulili School.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, wacha nichukue fursa hii niweze kukaribisha wanafunzi wetu, watoto wetu waweze kufika katika jumba kuu. Hii ndio ni parliament, hapa ndipo ambapo sheria za nchi nzima zinapotungwa. Na kama mnavyoona hapa kuna viongozi tofauti. Mimi naitwa Mina Mnyazi na ni mbunge wa Malindi. Ni kuombea tu ya kwamba nyinyi bado ni watoto. Tunaomba muongeze bidii katika masomo yenu. Tunaomba muweze kuiga mifano ya wale viongozi bora katika taifa letu la Kenya, na tunaombea mema katika maisha yenu. Asanteni sana na karibuni sana hapa.
Thank you. Honorable Ochanda, followed by the Honorable Rachel Nyamai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from outset, let me say that I really support this amendment, and it's been a big anomaly in this country that we've been talking about an IG, head of police service, without an age limit. I think this has been a big anomaly that the amendment is trying to bring around, which is perfect. We must have an age limit for purposes of even the others in the career, for issues of professional and career progression, get to know that no, there's a stage at which we have to. What's happening, Mr. Speaker? I was seeing some light.
No, that's nothing to do with you. Proceed.
Okay, thanks. So what I'm trying to say is that, Mr. Speaker, for purpose of professional and career progression, there are those who are normally below the IG. They want to look forward to getting into these positions when they still have some time to service. So, Mr. Speaker, when the age goes, we allow an officer to serve for more than the age limit that's required generally in the whole country for all the other services. I think this has been very unfair, and it's good that the amendment is trying to look at it. If you look at the issue of the lower cadres below the age, the deputies, the issue of serving terms, like the AG is proposed to serve now, IG is proposed to serve for 4 years, and then the deputies to serve for 5 years. I think this is perfect for purpose of transitional purposes, such that we don't just get deputies getting into IG at a time when the transitional arrangements are not properly in place, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to digress a little bit as we look at this, Mr. Speaker, because the police service has a lot of challenges. Police service has a lot of challenges. As at now, we have the biggest challenge in terms of issues of vehicles. In my constituency, Mr. Speaker, there is a police station that has not had a vehicle for the last 5 years. Mr. Speaker, there is a police station in my constituency that has not had a vehicle for the last number of months, yet it is a border station. So you can imagine what the police in these stations are going through. They have to carry suspects in motorcycles. They have to carry a lot of investigation through motorcycles. And these motorcycles, there's no arrangement that is put in place for them to be doing this. So you get the OCS doesn't have the money, doesn't have the capital, or doesn't have the facility to do, and as an alternate to the car, there's nothing else. So, Mr. Speaker, I think the police service needs to be, particularly the issue of the vehicles needs to be looked at afresh, because it's not just my constituency alone, but I'm aware there are many other constituencies now that have polling stations that don't have vehicles. And it is very, very, very difficult for police officers to work minus a police car. So, Mr. Speaker, as we look through the issues of retirement and stuff like that, the service itself also needs to be looked at thoroughly, such that they are facilitated to work well. It's not very easy for a police officer to be walking around on foot in the villages, looking around for suspects and stuff like that when they're not, their security becomes really a challenge, Mr. Speaker. So I support the amendment, and I want to wish that this be followed very quickly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to also contribute to this very important bill. I support it, Honorable Speaker, and I would like to congratulate the Honorable Oko Kaunya. And Honorable Speaker, for those who may not know, the person who is the mover, the originator of this bill, he has a lot of experience in the police service. He was a regional commissioner of police. He was in charge of the AP training school, and he has served in the police service, and he has a lot of understanding on the challenges that may exist within the police service. So I would like to congratulate him for that, and also congratulate him for being very useful when he was a member of it's called the Security Committee, because he did a lot of work, giving support to the chair in the 12th Parliament, and he did a lot of work, Honorable Speaker, and in the world. Or the police officers who win are the ones who have the best education, who have the best experience, who have the best tools, including IT tools, and who have everything, including artificial intelligence. So we would like to see the best people in the police service, and of course, at the topmost position of the IG. Honorable Speaker, this bill brings sanity in terms of the age of retirement, that when someone reaches the age of 60, is that they need to retire and give way to others. When you look at the qualifications, Honorable Speaker, they are very wide. They have not restricted to only those who have done security courses. They have expanded this, and this is on page 899 of this bill, where they have included not only criminal justice, but they have added policy development and implementation, finance and public administration, strategic management, security, law, sociology, governance, such that someone will not be told, you cannot be an inspector general because you have not done security. So this is quite a progressive bill, Honorable Speaker. This bill also ensures that the DIG, the case of the DIG, Honorable Speaker, has been not so clear. It has put not only the age limit, but also added that whatever befalls the IG also befalls the deputy IG, where they have put an age limit of 60 years and also included qualifications, such that you do not bring a person who may not be qualified, who we may not be proud of as they speak. Honorable Speaker, we are always happy when we see our IG, our DIG speaking in confidence in all languages, including English, good Kiswahili, and even good our native languages when they are called to do so. So this gives us an opportunity, Honorable Speaker, to ensure that we have highly qualified people, people who have served in service. I like the fact that this bill has also protected people who are working in the police service, that someone needs to not only have the qualifications, but must have served in the police service for more than 15 years. This gives encouragement to our young security officers. Those who, it does not even give the lower limit, Honorable Speaker. That means that a young person who has done extremely well, who has the right qualifications, can also be a DIG or BIG in this country. Honorable Speaker, we have very good police officers in our constituencies, Honorable Speaker. I know that we have some bad elements, but majority of them serve in very difficult areas, areas of Moda, areas of Ikoda, areas of Kanziko, where they even find themselves assisting with dealing with the matters that are not even within their line, social issues within the community. And as I stand here, I would like to take this opportunity to thank them for giving themselves to live in our rural areas, even others to live in Mandera, the farthest, ensuring that we are secure in this country. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the President for being bold and saying that we must have the housing project, which does not only benefit our schools, our KMTCs, where we have gotten a lot of benefit, generally our schools and our institutions, but also, yes, the President has said that this project must do institutional housing for our police officers so that they can have dignified lives, so that they stop living in uni huts. Honorable Speaker, I know the experience that you have in this house and outside this house. As you did a lot before you came to this house, you must have seen the uni huts where police officers used to live. And now, with the institutional housing, we have hope that our police officers will live well. So congratulations to the Honorable Oku Kaunya for the work that you did before you came to this house, for the work that you did in the 11th.
Madam Nyamai, just to underscore what you said, I went to the administration police lines in Garissa not too long ago. And I saw the room which my father, as a corporal, lived in. As a family of 4, we lived in one room, one small room that was left behind by the colonial government. It's a shame for our officers to still be housed in those, and seriously dilapidated right now, the same red bricks that they used to use for construction those olden days. So something has got to be done, and I'm talking about 1964. 1964 is what? 62 years since independence. We've not been able to improve the living quarters of our servicemen and women who are awake day and night to protect us. And we complain about them being corrupt without giving them all the basic tools: nice environment to live, good salary, serious covers, compensation when they die in the line of action. A lot needs to be done for our security apparatus in here before we start blaming them. Continue. I feel I have to talk like this because my dad, who is now 94 years old, was a corporal in 1964. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for filling me in. Clearly, you have much more experience than I do. And concerning this matter of housing, Honorable Speaker, that is where I was. And I would like to thank this government because we have hope that our police officers will not continue to share the uni huts, which are being shared by more than one family, and that we look forward to a time when the police officers will be happy with their enumeration, with the way their services are. We are happy. At least we have seen that there is a form of insurance, especially when police officers are hurt in the course of duty, or even those who unfortunately lose their lives in the line of duty. We have some form of insurance. So I believe this is the way a country should take care of their police officers. We are not saying that they have everything they need. No, they need a lot more to be done. But as I support this bill by the Honorable Oku Kaunya, I would like to say that it is a good opportunity to say that a lot of work has been done in the police service, but we would like to see more. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
The Honorable Amina Mnyazi. Unaweza kuongea kutumia lugha ya kitaifa.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Na kwa jambo la fahari.
Yes, tena la furaha sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Leo Mheshimiwa Spika, niko na furaha sana kuweza kuweka mchangisho wangu kuhusu huduma ya polisi ya taifa. Mheshimiwa Spika, huu mswada wenye ambao uko hapa mbele yetu, jambo la kwanza nataka lieleweke ya kwamba naunga mkono huu mswada wenye ambao uko hapa, kwa sababu mswada huu saizi umeweza kuleta uwazi ya ile kazi, ya ile uzoefu, ya sifa ya mkaguzi mkuu, ambaye mkaguzi mkuu Mheshimiwa Spika kwa Kiswahili ndio ni IG, pamoja na naibu mkaguzi mkuu ambao ni DIG wake. Mheshimiwa Spika, vitu kama hivi ndivyo ambavyo sisi tunavihitaji ili kuweza kuendeleza Kenya yetu. Na kama vile wabunge wenzangu walivyoweza kuizungumza, hii mwenendo wenye ambao tunaanza kuweka saizi itatusaidia sisi Mheshimiwa Spika. Kama vile katika amri kuu la jeshi mambo yanavyofanyika bila aina ya siasa yote kuweza kuingizwa pale katikati. Na pia sisi tunataka kuona ya kwamba hii huduma ya polisi ya taifa letu la Kenya iwe inaweza kufanya kazi bila hujuma ama bila mapendekezo yote kwa upande wa wanasiasa. Na mswada huu nimefurahika ya kwamba imeweza kuzungumza kuhusu hususan hawa watu wawili, na mimi naunga mkono kwa sababu katika hizi kazi mbili muhimu Mheshimiwa Spika, ya mkaguzi mkuu pamoja na naibu wake, tunahitaji watu ambao wako na uzoefu wa kazi. Watu wenye ambao wamepanda katika hizi huduma za polisi kuanzia chini mpaka kuweza kufika juu, watu ambao wanaelewa kinaga ubaga kazi ya ofisi, department tofauti tofauti, kazi yake ni ipi na challenges zenye ambazo ziko hapo ni gani. Tunataka watu ambao wanaelewa na wako na uzoefu ya hii kazi. Ukumbuke Mheshimiwa Spika, mkaguzi mkuu pamoja na naibu wake ni watu wenye ambao tunaangalia uzoefu wa kazi yao zaidi. Hatuangalii misuli ya mwili ama kama anaweza kukimbia ama anything. Sisi tunataka watu ambao wako na experience. Mtu mwenye ambaye akili yake iko na hekima, mtu mwenye ambaye anaweza kudirect vizuri ili hapa Kenya kuweze kuendelea kuwa na amani. Mheshimiwa Spika, tunapokaa hapa leo kuzungumza kuhusu huu mswada ya huduma ya polisi katika taifa letu la Kenya, na mimi naunga huu mswada wa leo, lakini pia ni muhimu tuweze kuangalia wale mapolisi wadogo wadogo Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu sisi saizi tunazungumza kuhusu mkaguzi mkuu pamoja na naibu wake, na tayari najua kuna sheria zenye ambazo ziko, lakini shida yetu hapa Mheshimiwa Spika ni kwamba kuna sheria wa kadha zenye ambazo hazifuatilizwi vizuri, na ndio maana maybe tunaona kuna makosa madogo ambayo yako hapa na pale. Mheshimiwa Spika, jambo la kwanza lenye ambalo pia ningependa lipigwe msasa hususan kwa upande wa kikosi cha polisi ni kitu ambacho kinaitwa uhamisho ama transfer. Mheshimiwa Spika, hili jambo lazima liangolewe vizuri zaidi. Ni vibaya sana kwa polisi kuweza kukaa katika kituo kimoja zaidi ya miaka 10, miaka 15. Mapolisi hao Mheshimiwa Spika, mwisho wa siku wanaungana na wahalifu wa yale maeneo na wanashikana. Kama kuna msako wa mihadarati, wanawapatia information, kushikwa hawa watu ni matatizo. Kama kuna shida ya maoza wa vijana wa vipanga, wanawajua na kwenda kuwashika, inakuwa ni matatizo.